2, 3.
Social justice warrior and a social media warrior. I don't like your Facebook post, so I'll destroy you. Well, let's go out and find what you waiting for. Social justice warrior and a social media warrior. I don't like your Facebook post, so I'll destroy you. Well, let's go out and find what you waiting for.
Welcome to the Social Justice Warrior. Guys, I've been wanting to do this for a little while. Here we go. Black Lives Matter, Toronto. Andrew Loku, 45 years of age. Excuse me. Was killed by a Toronto cop whose name has not been released. Now, it's worth mentioning Andrew Loku, I'm saying that like such a honky, had a hammer. And he has mental issues. Came at the cop and he was shot. So the name's not being released to the officer. They're saying it's justifiable. Now I'm reading this off of Vice News. I've read this off of many sources. I like Vice, so whatever. Here I am. In this case, I don't think it's racially motivated. The guy happened to be black. He happened to be a bit crazy because pretty crazy to come at a cop. If you come at a cop with a knife, he's gonna shoot you. If you come at him with a hammer, he's not gonna go, well, hammers aren't sharp. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem with the situation. You know, he's not gonna be like, well, that's a small ball peen hammer. You know what? I'm gonna hit him with the butt of my gun. I'm gonna play fair. It's not gonna happen. It's not. You know, like, you can't. You're not in that situation. And now, again, with a lot of these movements, a lot of the women get involved, and that's fine. But women, they think more from the heart, and that's good. But you get too emotional. You don't think rationally because a lot of women have not been in fights, and that's also a really good thing. It sucks. Violence is horrible. That's why this is going on. But at the end of the day, you know, coming at a cop, let alone with like just I'm gonna tackle you or swing, you're in trouble. He's probably just going to hit you with a club or tase you if he has the taser. But a hammer, he's going for his gun. I'm sorry. Sammy Yatim. Kid was 18 or 19, 2013. TTC streetcar. High ecstasy and a knife. Weird combination. Gibbering and jabbering, and then he, cops raid the streetcar, and he gets shot by one or two cops 7 or 8 times altogether. People are making a kerfuffle that he was shot 7 or 8 times. Well, I'm pretty sure just boom, boom, and then you just, these guys aren't shooting people all the time. I can understand if somebody's getting shot every other week in Toronto, and I'm not saying the Toronto cops, like, go team, but compared to, like, the rest of the cops in the world, like a cop, the stress that a cop would have to go through in Africa or Brazil or Mexico, I guess maybe this doesn't make sense, but, the cops are doing pretty good considering. Now, I guess the point here is, with these two men, the parallels, I believe, are something that you can never ever prove. But I think these men may have wanted a death by firing squad. So they chose their fate. They wanted to die. They wanted to kill themselves because they had issues. And this is kind of more of a glorious way to go. It's better than slitting your wrists or ODing on drugs. Maybe Sammy Yatim was going to do that. And he decided, hey, I'll do this instead. Because, at least you know for sure those cops, if you eventually push too many buttons, they're just going to shoot you. So, God rest their souls, but this is just my opinion. Believe what you want. Now let's go into the political puppets. Obama, Trump, if we backtrack. Bitter clingers. Remember him saying, we got to get those guns out of the hands of bitter clingers. Wasn't talking about black people from Chicago, I don't think, or from Atlanta, but the Bible Belt. Subtext. Then he says something like, well, I'm real good at killing, I have a drone. There's the Fast and Furious. There's so many things that this man is connected to. But again, the time to racism and just segueing from Black Lives Matter as well. He's done more to arguably prevent Black lives from moving forward. Black Lives Matter should be protesting the amount of abortions that blacks have. Okay, women obviously. The black on black violence is your biggest threat. Police, sure, to a very small extent, and I'm not saying you can't cherry pick causes. Of course you can. We live in a free society. Somewhat. Little by little, that's changing. Trump. Well, come on, we all know this. We're getting rapists. We're getting murderers and thieves. We're getting some good people too. Probably could have said that better. Probably should have said the second part of that first. But, you know, I don't think the guy's racist. I just don't. You can say things in, you know, like this woman that's part of this movement, if we backtrack, she says, Allah, please give me strength to not want to cuss / murder all these white folks. Like, hey, I forgive you. Not that you need my forgiveness. But, you know, I think what we're forgetting here is that you can say things that are a little out of line, and it doesn't make you a bad person. Now, she's not going to be running the country, and Trump might, and I get that. Going into Sanders, well, Israelis being responsible for the death of 10,000 Palestinians, you can't say that. The Jewish mafia will destroy you. Now, I don't know if it's 1,000, 2,000. Everybody says it's all because of Hamas. I'm skeptical. I don't know. Everybody accuses Israel for a lot of things for years, that they're basically responsible for World War I and II, tying into the Rothschilds. But that is way too much, way too deep down the rabbit hole. I can't even get into it. I know I'd rather live in Israel than Saudi Arabia or other countries in that region. But anyhow, they're holding his feet to the flames. Jews all around the world saying he's a self-hating Jew. And I almost think this is a wag the dog situation. Now, you know, they're like, everybody's got to say their one or two things where just when you thought they were okay, now you got to second guess. You know, maybe it is a conspiracy, because at the end of the day, it's looking like Hillary is evil as I think this woman is, especially after reading a little bit of the Clintons' war on women. One of the quotes, Bill rapes them physically and Hillary rapes them emotionally. Apparently she does not like many women, and Bill not so much either. He actually has a move where he would bring women to a room, according to this, and he would kiss them and then bite on their lip, and that's what a lot of rapists do, I guess. And they chomp down on the lip, and they don't, as if they're going to bite it off. Crazy times we are living in. Let justice be done. I'm going to take a small break. I hope you return for part 2 of this show. We're going to get a little bit into feminism.